Should Zimbabwe change its constitution to match the needs of a changing nation? Or should the constitution remain largely untouched to protect democracy? That question took center stage in Parliament after Zvimba East MP Honorable Kudakwashe Mananzva stood up to defend Constitutional Amendment Bill number 3, commonly known as CAB3. According to Mananzva, constitutional amendments are not unusual. In fact, he says Parliament has amended the constitution before, and CAB3 is simply another step in Zimbabwe's political and governance evolution. His message was clear. As Zimbabwe grows, its governance systems must also grow. But is he right? Let's get into it. And before we continue, please subscribe, like this video, and turn on notifications for daily Zimbabwe and Africa political news.
Saka tikada kutedzera vasina vanovasarudza vasina structure hatina kwatenge tichienda, Madam Speaker, ende tichitedzera zviri kuitwa nedzimwe nyika vatinoti machampions of democracy vacho vanotosarudza masarudziro kwataka kuenda ikoko. Saka hatidi kuti tiswere tichiteerera zvinhu zvisina maturo, toteerera shiri dzisina matendere. Haiwa, izvozvo hazviite.
Point of order.
Honorable, you have been disturbing the session. Order, I did not acknowledge you. May you sit down. Honorable Mananja, may you proceed.
Madam Chair.
Honorable Matsvanyika, stop disturbing the session.
Ichokwadi. It's true.
Honorable Matsvanyika, may you withdraw your statement. Order. Honorable Matsvanyika, may you withdraw your statement. Honorable Matsvanyika, may you leave the house. Honorable Matsvanyika, may you leave the house. May you leave the house, Honorable Matsvanyika. Honorable Matsvanyika, may you leave the house.
I will leave the house, but
Honorable Matsvanyika, leave the house. Honorable Mananja, I may proceed.
Point of order. Point of order.
Honorable, let's not disturb the session. May you allow Honorable Mananja to finish his debate?
I'm rising on a point of order.
May you allow Honorable Mananja to finish his debate?
Honorable Speaker, kana tasimudza point of order avachakwanisi kuenderera nedebate kusvika magadzirisa mapa mutongo pane
Honorable Mananja, you may take a seat. What's your point of order?
Baita basa bato chigaro. Dambudzo rinoitika pana Honorable Mananja ndeyekuti vari kushandisa language yekuinsider yekusvora zvinova zvinhu zvamagara manga muchimborambidza panga pachitaura Honorable Hamauswa. For example, vari kuti hatingaswere tichiteerera zvisina maturo. Zvazvinoreva ndezvekuti mamembers ari kuno zvavari kutaura hazvina maturo.
Order. Honorable Mananja, vana wavataura kuti
Madam Speaker,
Mananja, may you stick to your debate?
Honorable Speaker, point of order.
Bochangirai, you are not disturbing, and you have been doing that. It's arising from what I've made a ruling, from what
Honorable Speaker.
I'm not giving you the point of order. I've made a ruling already. May you allow Honorable Mananja to proceed? Honorable Mananja, may you debate?
The debate over Constitutional Amendment Bill No. 3 continues to intensify inside Parliament, with lawmakers from different political parties presenting arguments both for and against the proposed reforms. Among the latest legislators to speak in support of the bill is Honorable Kudakwashe Mananzva, the Member of Parliament for Zvimba East. During his contribution, Mananzva argued that constitutional amendments should not automatically be viewed as negative. Instead, he said they are part of the natural development of a nation. According to him, Societies change, challenges change, and governance systems must sometimes change as well. Mnangagwa reminded Parliament that Zimbabwe has amended its constitution before. He argued that constitutional changes are not new and should not necessarily be treated as a threat to democracy. According to his reasoning, amendments exist because countries evolve over time. New challenges emerge. New governance needs arise. And governments sometimes have to adapt institutions to meet those changing realities. For him, CAB3 should be viewed through that lens. Supporters of the bill agree with this argument. They say constitutional reforms are normal in many democracies around the world. No constitution remains exactly the same forever. As countries develop economically, politically, and socially, laws often need updating. According to supporters, CAB3 is intended to strengthen governance structures and make state institutions more effective. They believe the proposed reforms are part of Zimbabwe's ongoing national development. One of the key arguments made by supporters is that stability is important for growth. They say long-term development projects require continuity. Infrastructure development, economic reforms, industrial expansion, agricultural modernization. All these initiatives often take years to complete. Supporters believe constitutional reforms can help create an environment where such projects are easier to implement. However, critics remain unconvinced. Opponents argue that while constitutions can be amended, changes must always protect democratic principles and the rights of citizens. Some worry that certain provisions within CAB3 could have unintended consequences. Others believe constitutional amendments should only happen when there is overwhelming public agreement. For them, the issue is not whether amendments are allowed. The issue is whether these specific amendments are necessary. That is why the debate remains so intense. Both sides claim they are acting in the best interests of Zimbabwe. Supporters say they are modernizing governance. Critics say they are defending constitutional safeguards. And Parliament has become the main battleground where these competing visions are being debated. Political analysts say Mnangagwa's contribution is important because it reflects one of the strongest arguments made by CAB3 supporters. The argument is that constitutions are living documents. They are designed to evolve alongside the nation. From this perspective, refusing to make any changes could prevent institutions from adapting to modern realities. Supporters believe Zimbabwe should not fear constitutional reform if it is done properly. At the same time, critics insist that constitutional amendments must always be approached carefully. They argue that constitutions exist to limit power and protect citizens. Any changes, they say, must strengthen those protections rather than weaken them. This is why CAB3 continues to generate strong reactions both inside and outside Parliament. As the debate continues, one thing is becoming clear. The battle over CAB3 is no longer just about legal clauses and constitutional provisions. It is about competing visions for Zimbabwe's future. One side sees reform as necessary progress. The other sees caution as necessary protection, and Parliament now finds itself at the center of that national conversation. Do you agree with Honorable Mnangagwa that constitutional amendments are a normal part of national development? Or do you think CAB3 goes too far? Should Zimbabwe adapt its constitution to changing times, or should constitutional changes be kept to a minimum? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this report, please subscribe, like this video, and turn on notifications for daily Zimbabwe and Africa political news updates. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.